Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to our channel and thanks for logging on. If you enjoy these videos, do me a favor and subscribe to our YouTube channel right here on Watchbox Reviews. I'd really appreciate it, and I'd be able to deliver my reviews to your inbox every day. And if you enjoy the watches, you can buy them on thewatchbox.com. Buy, trade, and sell luxury watches on thewatchbox.com. Today we're discussing the class of 2016. In 2016, the Jaeger-LeCoultre Reverso turned 85, and the watch you see here, the Reverso Tribute Calendar, might have been the finest iteration of that reborn Reverso. Several models offered that year, few as striking as this compound complication. With a triple calendar moon phase and a second time zone, it's a lot of watch objectively, and it's a lot of Reverso historically. So consider this to be in many ways the 85th anniversary Reverso. It's easy to wear. In spite of its size, the watch is 49 millimeters from lug to lug, so it's fairly constrained across the wrist. It's 30 millimeters across the case, so 9 to 3, not inclusive of the crown. It's not as thick as it appears. At 11 millimeters thick, it'll easily clear a dress cuff, not just the jacket, but the sleeve beneath, thanks to the handsomely rounded barrel-shaped case flank of the traditional Reverso case. In many ways, this watch, reborn full-size Reverso, is the successor to the 70th anniversary Reverso from 2001. The Septantième introduced the truly large modern Reverso case. It was called XGT back then, or Extra Grand Taille. Today, we have a large case without any particular nomenclature, but the 49 lug-to-lug makes it wearable in spite of its sizable profile. Another feature that makes it wearable is the total ergonomic equation, which works on several levels. First, you can see that the 2016 Reversos adopted a little bit of camber or case-back curvature, no longer the flat plank that it was historically. It's arced just a bit like a Richard Mille or a Franck Muller. It's not evident when the watch is on the wrist. You can feel it because it fits securely, but you can't see it when the watch is planted. Also, the strap itself can be pulled straight down. It doesn't have any flare. It doesn't fight the curve of a smaller wrist. If you do have a small wrist and you need to pull the strap taut, you're going to find that there's no encumbrance or stiffness here. And that's possible because on the underside, a little bit of a recess or a garage has been cut into the lugs themselves so that you can easily move the strap inboard without having to fight it. Now, other elements that are worth noting, this is a sizable and substantial strap. It's not bolstered, it's just thick cut. It has small, round-scale alligator leather, a rarely seen treatment with a medium brown semi-gloss, nicely keyed to the red gold of the case. You see a monotone stitch, a slightly sheer side, and on the underside, calf skin. A clasp that is nicely made, handsomely finished, and gives you a measure of protection against accidental droppage while donning or removing at bedside. The premium Reversos feature full deployant clasps, and this one is no exception. You also note a clever feature on the underside. Push here because you push there to remove the clasp. That's right, you can pull the clasp off using only your fingernail. You release that trigger and it pops off in a single motion. That's paired with another new for 2016 feature, these pull tab spring bars on the bottom of the strap, so you can remove both halves of the strap and then remove the clasp from the strap to quickly swap straps and change the look of your Reverso. And we can get close now. We don't have the watch on the wrist anymore. And you can see that the case lines are classically profiled. The Reverso has always been a bit of a work of art in tension with itself. So you have curvature, but you also have strong rectilinear geometries. You have curves and you have right angles. You have a handsome conical profile when you look at the watch off-centered, isometric. You can see just how beautifully rounded the lugs of a Reverso really are. And then you look at the crystal and the dial itself, and it could not be more sharply geometrical. It's a handsome look, and the guidron that run horizontally across the case sweep in contrast and tension with the vertical profile of the rectangular case when viewed from head-on. We can give ourselves a little bit more light now that we're close, and you can see that the dial is one of the highlights of the Reverso Tribute Calendar. It's beautifully granular. Think Patek Philippe pilot's watch and you get the general idea of what this texture looks like in person, but it is a truly rich and deep and nuanced grain. There's a railroad track outboard, dart style indices, diamond polished and hand applied in rose gold, Dauphine hands at center. Everything seems drawn towards the hands at center. It's almost like there's a magnetic pull drawing those applied indices inboard. Stepped apertures for the day as well as the month. You'll note that there is a double scale at 6 o'clock. There's a radial date indicator with a splash of red color, and then more color still, gold and cobalt blue in the night sky of the crescent-style moon phase. While there are pusher adjusters on the case flank to handle recalibration of the calendar and moon phase, the adjuster system for the second time zone is worked into the case back itself. So you simply pull the trigger to step the case back travel time zone in 1 hour increments, and it has a day-night indicator, so it works as a 24-hour dial, but you use that trigger to change the time in 1 hour increments on the case back. You also note a gorgeous anthracite clou de Paris pattern and a small white contrasting railroad track, a nice juxtaposition against the black railroad track on white silver of the dial side. Of course, a little bit of color here as well with elements of gold and blue, and inside the case, controlling all of this complexity is the Jaeger-LeCoultre caliber 853 manufacture movement. Sized and shaped for the case, 19 joules manual wind, 42-hour power reserve. It beats away at 21,600 vibrations per hour. Day, date, month, moon phase, and second time zone. It even has a little bit of modern refinement to it, as it is a free-sprung and fairly tough movement that goes through the Jaeger-LeCoultre Master 1000 Hours control, an in-house test of resistances, power reserve, as well as chronometric precision. 3-bar water resistance, so 30 meters. It's not an aquatic watch, but for all other occasions, this is a welcome companion. You can see and you can purchase the Jaeger-LeCoultre Reverso Tribute Calendar, part of the class at 2016, on our website.